welcome back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and whatever else that y'all listen to. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus, and Jesus is in me. All right. This is the part 1 to the part 2 of this video. Now, I'm only going to speak a little bit on this because it ain't a lot more that I have to say on it, but I just want to let y'all know some things that y'all really need to understand on what I was saying about the part 1. So the part 2 should make more sense to y'all too on what I'm saying here, because I'm talking about how y'all think, and this is how y'all think, So when people think that they can take a book and clean it up, I'm speaking of people here, but I'm just using it as a book. But when y'all think y'all can take a book and clean it up, or go to the store and get another book and put them pages into that other book, you can't do that. You know why? Because you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and you can't teach a new dog new tricks. So that means that go for women's and men's. You can't teach an old dog new trick, and you can't teach a new dog's new tricks. You can't teach with no tricks because they don't want to change. You understand? They don't want to change. That book want to stay just like it is, and it don't want to be changed. So when you think that, oh, I can teach that dog, I can teach that person, I can change that person. No, you can't. Because if that person ain't going to change for the person they was with, what makes you think that person going to change for you? No. Like I said, you can't teach your old dog new tricks, and you can't teach your new dogs new tricks. You can't just not do it because they don't want to know no more tricks. They like the way they live their life, and they not going to change. Because like I say, if they didn't change for the person they was with, what makes you think you can change them too? No, you cannot change a person that don't want to change. That person got to change for themselves. You can't change nobody. They have to change for themselves. Because if they say, no, I'm not going to change, they're not going to change. If they say, yes, I think I should do better in my life, then they're going to do better in their life. So you have some old dogs will change because they want to do it. You have some new dogs will change because they want to do it. You have some old dogs will not change because they don't want to do it. You have some new dogs will not change because they don't want to do it. So y'all got to understand that. Y'all can't make nobody do nothing they don't want to do. They got to do it on their own time. And the only person can make a person change is the Father. He, the only one, can make a person change their ways. If he feels that that person is getting too much out of their hands, women or man, he's going to make them change. He's going to make them change. And if they don't change as he wants them to change in his time, he's going to throw them in that fire till they don't have no other choice but to change. That's how the Father works. He's going to throw them in that fire till they don't have no other choice but to change. Even if he had to make sure they go straight through poverty, put them all the way down to the ground, and make them work themselves all the way back up. That's what the Father does. That's how he puts you through the fire. If he has to snatch everything away from you to make you grow up, that's what he does. That's what he does. So that's up to y'all. Like I said, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can't teach a young dog new tricks. They got to change on their own. But if they don't, the Father will step in and help them change. That's what he does. That's what the Father does. Yeah, that's what he does. It's up to y'all. So if y'all feel that y'all too big and bad and y'all don't want to change y'all way, well, I don't want to change my way. I want to stay in this book and make everybody think that I look good, that I'm fine, and I'm all of this. And but in the inside of that book is dirty as Medusa. Dirty as Medusa. But on the outside, it looks so good, but it's dirty as Medusa. And don't nobody want to clean up their little dirty. They don't want to clean it up. So God said, If you don't want to clean up your dirtiness, well, I will help you clean up your dirtiness. So he just started taking everybody down and making sure that everybody fall. Well, they ain't got no other choice but to say, okay, Father. Okay, Father, I'm ready to change my little dirty ways. I'm ready to change my little dirty ways because I just can't take it no more. I can't live like this. This is disgusting. I just cannot live like this. So, people change. Some people want to keep being hard and saying, this is what people say. Now, I'm telling y'all, this is how y'all think. Well, I can just go on out here and live in the property. I could just go out here and beg people. It don't bother me. Lisa ain't got to pay no bills. This how y'all talk. Lisa ain't got to pay no bills. So I can just go on out here and just keep asking people for things. And I can survive like that. But at the end of the day, where you going to stay when it get cold outside? Where are you going to stay? Because y'all forget that. The places that y'all go to, it's all booked up. And once this all booked up, then where you gonna sleep? You can't sleep under a Viloc because it's cold under a Viloc. You can't sleep in the park because it's cold on the benches. So what y'all gonna do? The only thing you can do is get on board and do the right thing and say, okay, Father, enough. I got what you told me to do. I'm ready to change my life, Father. I'm ready to change my life. Help me, Father. I can't do this no more. I just can't live the way I live. So you say, Father, please take me out the fire. Please take me out the fire, Father, because I can't take this no more. This is just too much. And then you look at it, you forget about this. You think, you got kids, but you're hard. See, the book don't understand. The book look good on the outside, but in the inside, you forget that you got the children's. And then the father say, okay, so if you ain't thinking about your children's, why should I think about your children's? So let me put you on out there on the street. Since you think you can handle it out there, let me put you on out there with your children's too and see could you handle that book in the code. Let's see could you handle it. Because the book is looking good on the outside. But let's see how you handle it while that book closed. And you out there trying to struggle, trying to make it. But people just looking at you walking past with your children and you're begging, can I have this? Can I have that? But yet and still, you don't have the sense to say, Father, I'm sorry, Father. Could you please forgive me for what I have done? Please, Father, I can't take it no more. I can't live like this with my babies on the street. I can't live like this, Father. So please, could you just release the fire off me, Father? And the Father say, have you learned your lesson yet? And then you say, yes. And the Father say, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. Because I weighed your heart. And after I weighed your heart, I see you did not learn your lesson. So you're going to stay out here some more and freeze with your children until you learn your lesson. So you live out there and you study begging people and they riding past their cars and you're coming in the stores, you're sitting out there and you're begging them for money as they go in the store. They looking at you like you're stupid and they're not giving you nothing. Some people give you what? $1. Some will give you 5. Some will give you 10. Some will give you 20. You might even find a person that give you $100. And then after they give you that, then where that $100 go? You have to get Pampers. You got to get milk. You got to get food. You got to find somewhere to stay. All of that. And all that $100 going just like that. Because it only take $100 to go that fast. And these days, you know how fast things go? So fast in these days. You can't even live off of $100. It's just like a penny. Living off $100. And y'all know that. So, y'all understand exactly what I'm saying. You cannot teach an old dog new tricks or a new dog new tricks. You can't. You just got to grow up and understand that you have to do the right thing if you want to survive in this world. You got to do the right thing. So if you think you big and bad and don't have to do what the Father say. He's going to keep on putting you in the fire until you change your ways and see that you ain't big as bad as he is. And that's what y'all got to understand. Stop trying to do things that don't make sense or trying to steal somebody that you can't take because, like I said, you don't know how people live in their lives and you want that book. And then as soon as you get that book, you can't release that book because that book is struggling just like you struggling. And you think that book is clean because the book look clean on the outside, but it's dirty in the inside. And that's what y'all got to understand. So yeah, that's how y'all act out there. That's exactly how y'all act. That y'all think y'all so hard that y'all can handle it. God can't do nothing. I can handle this. Okay, God said, okay, you can handle it. All right, booyah. He put you right out there. What you do? You're struggling. You can't do nothing. You're stinking and smelling. And all of that, your kids stinking and smelling. You can't do nothing. Nobody don't want to help you. And when they do, they give you a little piece of change. And then you're still crying and then figuring out how you're going to make it from there. And then you go to the Father. And then the Father say, I weigh your heart, but you're still the same. No, I'm going to let you suffer some more. That's what he does. So you put yourself in the situations that you put yourself in. Stop trying to be so hard and trying to take over somebody else's life. Because when you do that, that's when the Father puts you in somebody else's life and let you see how somebody else live. And then when he put you in there, you got to understand, could you handle that book? Because that book might be worse than what you think. That's what y'all got to think about. Thank y'all for listening to me on part 2. Thank you for listening to me. Jesus love you. Father love you. The Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.